the ice cream machine, there's a couple of different stories about how she got it. I kind of am of the opinion that both of them are true and that it's for two different machines. The story that I heard from crew members was that they passed the hat around while the ship was still being fit out in New York in Brooklyn Naval Shipyard, and they bought themselves an ice cream machine. And the officers were still living on shore at that point, and just the enlisted crew was living on board. And they set it up to where it would be delivered after the officers normally go away, go home. And here comes the ice cream delivery truck. Boom, they drop it on the dock, sign the bill of lading, off they go. And they uncrate it, and they're like, oh man, this thing's too big to go down the ladders. We'll never get this on board. So they pass the hat around a little bit more. They go over to one of the yard birds, one of the shipyard workers, and they say, hey, you got a cutting rig? Yeah. Cutting and welding? Yeah. Okay, you want to make a little extra money? Come over to, this slip over here at so-and-so time. And, it's after the Great Depression. This guy's like, yeah, sure, I'll take the money. And he goes, and they've already got it marked out for him, chalked out, and he cuts in the side of a brand new destroyer, still got the new car smell to it, cuts a hole in the side, and they use the whaleboat davits and they swing the ice cream machine into the food service line. And then they swing the metal back up and weld it back into place, and then they get their grinders out and they grind the weld smooth so nobody will see it, and then they slap paint on it, and all is right with the world. Well, Commander Roby was not a stupid guy. He was very sharp. I got to meet him once. It was very impressive how sharp that man was. And he apparently comes down the dock the next morning, sees his ship, and sees something wrong with it immediately, because it's been sitting in the salt water now for almost 2 months. And everything is beginning, paint begins to fade, and the UV, a little bit of surface corrosion if the paint, just has a little nick in it somewhere. And so there's some wear and tear already on the ship. And then there's this bright, freshly painted, perfect rectangular, spot. And he's like, what, that wasn't there yesterday. Backs up, figures out from the outside where he needs to go, goes on board, goes down to the food service line, comes out. There's this piece of machinery there that wasn't there before. And they said he just kind of started laughing and turned around and left. And they were like, I wonder what he's laughing about. But hey, we didn't get in trouble, so who cares?